yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo. What? All right, we got some. What? No, remove that. We're not live there. Oh, that's. Oh man. All right. Here, there, yeah, right there. All right, there we go. We are live. We had some difficulties, but we here. What up? 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 What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good people. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Happy Friday. Happy Fortune and Freedom Friday. It is Friday, Fortune and Freedom Friday. We are back again with another episode of SR Daily. Peace and love, peace and love. Your boy is healing slowly but surely. That Tuesday going out was not the best decision. I did not make the best decision on Tuesday. I sprained my ankle badly on Monday. Tuesday was the 400th episode. We did not go do the 400th episode live at the location in Brooklyn, but we did later on in the day end up going to Brooklyn and getting some food, and that was not the best decision. That was not the best decision because that put my ankle back a couple of days. I had to walk on it. I had to be on it, right? So that put me back a couple of days. And I'm not happy about that, right? I am not happy about that. I am disappointed in myself. I did not make the best decision. I should have canceled that plan. I should have just been like, nope, I'm staying home to rest. But, you know, I push myself, man. I always push myself. Sometimes it backfires, right? Most times it works out. Sometimes things backfire. Things don't always go as planned. And this is one of those things where, you know, because I should be better by now. I mean, it is better. It should be a lot better by now. It's just a little better. Or I could put a little more pressure on it. Can squeeze a little more. The swelling is going, is slowly but surely. It's improving. But yeah, man. Happy Friday. Come on into the chat. We're going to hit the share button. Share this live with 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. Hit that share button. Hit the share button. Hit that share button. Share this content. Share this content. Share this content. Don't keep it to yourself. Do not keep the good content to yourself. This is episode 403. Moving right along. We are on the road to 500 now, man. On the road to 500 episodes. On the road to 500 episodes, which is absolutely massive. If you ask me, 500 episodes is massive. It is a huge feat to get 500 episodes. We are at full 3. We are 97 episodes away. We just finished episode 400. 500 episodes is a few months away. November 18th is the date. Save the date. 500 episodes. That is half of 1,000. That's big, right? That's big. But again, yeah, man, nursing this ankle all week, right? Should have stayed home on Tuesday. But we're here now. We are here now. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Fortune and Freedom Friday. Happy 4th of July, right? For those who acknowledge the day, it is a very controversial day in the eyes of many, all right? But yeah, we're going to get the show started. I just hit the share button on IG. Mona Love, happy Fortune and Freedom Friday, baby love, peace and love, happy Fortune and Freedom Friday. Listen, guys, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Martha. You are tuned into SR Daily, episode 403 on this Friday, man. Remember, SR Daily is where personality meets enlightenment. We are here live Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. My man, Boutique Bouquet, what's going on, good brother? What's going on, good brother? What's going on, chef? Peace and love. Happy Independence. Happy Independence Day. That is the day. A lot of people have a lot of controversy around this day. Some people say black people wasn't free and we wasn't. However, right, I think two things can be true at the same time. If you are a lover of freedom, you have to respect the colonies getting free from Great Britain. You have to. I mean, I do. You don't have to do anything, right? But you have to respect anybody who stands up. Right, although the country still had us enslaved, right? We were still prisoners of war, so to speak. It stood up to the bully, right? And then we stood up to a bully. So, like, you gotta love it and respect it. You gotta love it and respect it. Just Ellie, what's going on? Peace and love, peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. But let's get the show started, guys. Let's start with our first segment of the day on this beautiful Friday, July 4th, 2025, episode 403. Today's first segment is our phrase of the day. And today's phrase is very simple. 3 words. Save the children. That is the phrase of the day. I woke up with a little bit of fire inside of me, man. Save the freaking children. How do we save the children? Right? This is paramount. Has to be a top discussion. How do we save the children from abusive parents? How do we save the children from being kidnapped? Right? Children being kidnapped, like left and right. Black children, right? Latin children being kidnapped. Children are being bullied. Children are being targeted, right? By freaking smoke companies, right? They got a freaking smoke shop that I really want to shut down, and I might just one day pop up in the school year and like protest by myself, right? If nobody else is gonna do it. But it's a high school, right? My old high school, Long Island City, on here in the story on Broadway and 21st Street. And then there's a middle school a block away, right? So it's a high school and a middle school within a 2-block radius, right? 1.5 block radius, so to speak. And then there's a smoke shop right on the corner of the bus stop, right where the bus stops, where the middle school and high school students get on the bus, get off the bus and get on the bus. There's a smoke shop right there on the corner. He sell the trees, the tobaccos. They sell all of the supplies, the pipes, and all of the stuff, the jewels, right? We know the young people are vaping. Save the freaking children, man. Like, this is paramount. And again, people say this and they have very different ideas of what this means. Right, this means different things for different people, but I think we absolutely need to put more energy into saving the babies. How do we save them? I mean, some ways I know, right? For example, smoke shop, we shut the smoke shop down. We don't let any smoke shop, right? Like, I don't even know if that's a freaking, I need to contact the councilwoman, because like, I would think rather that there would be a law where you can't open a smoke shop within a certain amount of feet from a school, or a certain number of feet from a school. And it's literally right across the street on the corner. The high school is, it's bad. It's very bad, man. Smoke shop right there on the corner. And you see the young people going in. And I remember when I was younger, right? Not so much the smoke shop. I mean, we were smoking weed, but the liquor store. Okay, yeah, I'm too young to buy it, but I hang out in front, and somebody's gonna go in there. And I'm gonna ask me, "Yo, can you go in there and get me this?" And some people may say no. Most people may say no, but somebody gonna say yes. Especially if I offer them some money. Somebody gonna be like, "Yo, man, I give you $5, man. You get me a bottle of this." That's what we used to say back in the days. Yo, call me the liquor store, y'all. Yo, buy me a bottle of this. I give you $10. We was getting 99 banana. We was getting Bacardi. We was getting all the bullshit. We was freaking 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, too young to buy liquor, right? But and number one, now sometimes you don't even have to ask somebody to buy it. Though you get the right person in there that don't give a damn about the law, they're gonna sell it to you. So we know the same thing is happening with the smoke shops. And yeah, we gotta save the babies, man. We gotta save the freaking children, right? But we are going to move along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment is our Need to Know News. He said, Baby Love said they are absolutely targeting young people, 100%. In so many ways, they're targeting our youth. But moving right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, Need to Know News of the day. Some really interesting news. Told you guys before, I am a nerd. Not typical nerd, right? But I really love to learn, and I really love science, and I really love the earth. And so today's news is, if you didn't know, the earth is speeding up. The earth's spin, right, is speeding up. The days are getting shorter. This is fascinating to me, right? Especially because I've been saying, at least for the last 10 years that I've been aware of it, conscious of it, is that there's no way that the seasons, right? The seasons, zodiac, right? We say it starts this day, ends this day. There's no way that could still be true after 100 years, right? If this was the case 50, 60 years ago, 100 years ago, it cannot be the same. It cannot be the same, because everything evolves and everything intensifies, and so the earth is, it has to speed up. That's just the way of it. That's just the way it is, right? So let's read some stuff and let's talk about it, man. Let's read and let's chat. The earth's speed up. While Earth's overall rotation is slowing down over extremely long timescales, scientists have observed that it's recently been spinning faster, resulting in slightly shorter days. This increase in speed is measured in milliseconds and is not expected to cause any catastrophic events. The phenomenon is being monitored by timekeepers who may need to adjust clocks by subtracting a leap second in the future. Here's a more detailed explanation. Overall trend. The Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down due to the moon's tidal effects. This means that days are getting longer over geological timescales. Right? That's over long time. Right? However, short time, right? Recent speed up since 2020, scientists have observed that Earth's rotation has sped up, leading to shorter days than the average 24 hours. Impact. The speed up is measured in milliseconds and the effect on daily life is minimal. However, this change is significant enough that timekeepers are considering the need to subtract a negative leap second from our clocks in the coming years. Possible causes. Scientists are exploring potential causes for the speed up, including changes in the Earth's mass distribution due to melting glaciers, movement of the Earth's molten core, and seismic activity. Monitoring. The International Earth Rotation and Reference System Services is monitoring the changes in Earth's rotation and providing data to timekeepers. We got some more to read. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's pull it up over here. We got something else to read. Again, this stuff is interesting to me, man. It's really, 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 really interesting, right? This is BBC Science Focus. It's incredible. It's incredible. So we define a day as 86,400 seconds or 24 hours, the time it takes for Earth to rotate once. However, the Earth doesn't rotate perfectly uniformly. Usually, the Earth's rotation is actually slowing down so that the length of the day increases by about 1.8 milliseconds per century on average. This means that 600 million years ago, a day lasted only 21 hours. The variation in day length is due to several factors, including the tidal effects of the moon and sun, core mantle coupling inside the Earth, and the overall distribution of mass on the planet. Seismic activity, glaciation, the weather, the oceans, and the Earth's magnetic field may also affect the length of the day. In 2020, scientists made a startling discovery. They found that instead of slowing down, the Earth has started to spin faster. It is now spinning faster than at any time in the last 50 years. Come on, man. I know what I'm talking about. Yo, listen, guys. If you don't know me, right? If you don't know me, understand this, that I am pretty in tune. I don't really speak on something unless I kind of know what I'm talking about. And I don't always know what I'm talking about based on reading. I know what I'm talking about based on intuition, based on just what I know. Like, I like to ask people, right? Typically, I normally ask religious people this. What would you know if you never read a book? Right? What would you know if you never read a book and if no one ever told you anything? So if you couldn't see, I would say if you was blind and you was deaf, what would you know? You would know yourself, right? You would know, like, okay, I came from something. You would know that you existed before being in this body, right? You would know these things. You would know these things. You would know that, like, time speeds up. You would know that. It's stuff that you would know if you never read a book, right? As yet, scientists, hold on, the last 50 years. In fact, the shortest 28 days on record all occurred during 2020. As yet, scientists are not entirely sure what is causing this increase in Earth's rotation rate, but some have suggested it could be due to melting of glaciers during the 20th century or the accumulation of large quantities of water in northern hemisphere reservoirs. However, experts predict that this speeding up is a temporary effect and the Earth will start slowing down again in the future. But for now, should we be worried? Although it will have no effect on our daily lives, there could be serious implications for technology such as GPS satellites, smartphones, computers, and communication networks, all of which rely on extremely accurate timing systems. But such problems are ultimately surmountable, perhaps simply by subtracting a leap second rather than adding one. So, no, we shouldn't be worried unless the shortening of days of the day is attributable to the human activity. You don't think the shortening of days is attributable to human activity? These people are really... Everybody's not that intelligent, man. Everybody is not that intelligent. We have to understand that. Let's move right along, guys. That's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting. Said Fu Sankofa, what's going on? What's going on, my brother? Mona Love said, we have felt it. Absolutely, we felt it. And we saw it the other day with that crazy moon. That, yo, listen, the other day, guys, the moon seemed to disappear so fast. I think that was Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night, the moon, it disappeared really fast, man. I got photos of it. It was really yellow. Yeah, it seemed like something strange was happening. It's like we was watching it move faster than it's ever moved, at least in my life, right? Me and Mona said. But let's move right along, guys, to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, our tip of the day. Today's tip, in the spirit of protecting the babies. Today's tip: don't just have a baby with anyone. Don't just have a baby with anyone. Please don't just have a baby with anyone, right? And I know that we never fully know someone, right? Just like we never fully know ourselves. We're still learning ourselves. We're still learning each other. But you never fully know somebody, right? You could be married to somebody. You could be with somebody. You could be friends with somebody for 10, 20, 30 years. And until a certain situation happens, do you really know that person? Or do you know that person a little more? I'm not saying really, because it's not that it's fake, right? But like certain situations change people. Situations bring out the real in people, right? People could be real kind. They could be real sweet, but a certain situation may make them a little mean. But don't just have a baby with anyone. People show themselves when certain situations show up. I beg of you, right? Don't have a child just because the sex is good. That's always the worst reason. The worst reason to have a child is because the sex is good. People do that. Oh, I couldn't pull out. Oh, I didn't, I wanted him to come at me. I didn't want him to pull out. Like, people have sex. People have babies. Babies are created and born simply because sex is good. Not because people love each other. Not because people want to raise a family together. Not because of any of those reasons. There are some people who have children simply because sex is good. We may know some of those people. We may be some of those people, right? Like, I think I got somebody pregnant just because the sex was good, right? Like, not wanting to pull out, right? Let's keep it real. And don't have a baby with them just because you love them. Love is not enough. Love is not enough. Because what happens when the love changes? You have a baby with somebody simply because you love them, because they love you. But when the love no longer exists, when the love is no longer there, when the love changes, what happens then? Do people then use children as pawns? Does the respect remain? Does compassion and grace exist? When the love is no longer there, when it's no longer, I love you, I love you, I love you, mwah, mwah, mwah. Let's bone. When that's no longer there, is respect still there? Is compassion and grace still there? Sometimes yes. And it should be. It should absolutely be there. We had a child together. We loved each other once. Like, and for me, again, I can't speak for everybody, but once I love somebody, I love somebody. The expression of love can change, but I still love the person. Like, I don't want to see them hurt afterwards. Like, we break up, we split, we divorce. I don't want to see them hurt. I don't want to get them hurt. I don't want to I'm not that person, but everybody's not you. Everybody is not you. Some people are like that. Some people, when they're not with you and they don't love you no more, they don't care if you die. They don't care if they're the reason for your death. They don't care if you suffer. They don't care what pain you go through. They do not give a damn about you. That's real. It's sad. It sucks. It sucks because as humans, especially if we are the same ethnic background, same race, I'm talking about like if we're black, right? Or any group that's the same, right? Like we're supposed to be the same people. We're not supposed to want to harm each other. We're supposed to be family. We're supposed to be family deeper than just our intimate connection. We're on the same team, supposedly. But as we know, all skin folk and kinfolk, all skin folk are not kinfolk. Everybody who look like you don't think like you, right? This is where I love when 19 Keys specifically talks about the difference between ethnicity, how we think, our ideals, our morals, our principles, what we stand on. Everybody don't stand on that, man. Everybody don't stand on the same thing. And you can't expect everybody to be you. Eddie Kruger, what's going on? Guapo, what's going on? Peace and love. Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in, brothers. Right? You can't expect everybody to think like you, to feel like you, to respond like you. So don't just have a child with anyone, because I promise you, like love is not enough. Love fades. Love changes. Good sex should definitely never be a reason to have a child with somebody. So who do you have a child with? It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't freaking know the answers, but I know that we should do more vetting of each other, ask more serious questions. Like, and again, you can never know, right? But you could do, like, I know that I could have done more due diligence with who I had a child by. Could have studied them more, could have been a little more patient, right? A lot of times, we feel something we never felt, and we go and we raw dog in first time, and somebody's pregnant and baby's coming. We should be more disciplined. We could be more disciplined. We need to be more disciplined. And we need to ask more questions. We need to be more patient, right? I understand that some of us feel like we don't have time. Like, one of the reasons I was rushing, especially when I was younger, to have a child, because I swore that I would die at a young age. I thought I wouldn't live to be 30 and 30 plus, and I thought I was dead when I was younger, right? So I was rushing to have a child because that's the one thing I want. I want to leave my legacy, right? I want to leave my legacy. Doing things out of fear, it's never really a good thing, right? But yeah, that's the tip of the day, man. Don't just have a baby with anyone. Do your best, do your best, do your best to learn as much as you can about the person, learn about their family, learn their mental health state, learn the family's mental health state, learn the physical health state of the family, right? Is it a potential that your child could be born with a certain illness based on genetics, right? Like, learn the person, learn as much as you can about the person, man. Please, 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 because babies suffer. The children end up suffering. So one way we could save the babies, right? That was the phrase of the day, save the children, is to be mindful of who we have a child by, right? And that takes us to our build of the day, our fourth and final segment before we get out of here. Our build of the day is the question, how can we protect the children? How can we protect children from abusive parents? All right, and now, clearly we're talking about, like, in the tip, like, not having a child, right? So, like, you could protect children that way by not bringing them into the world in unstable situations, or situations where parents don't really know each other. My man said alignment is everything, 100%. How do you know that? Like, I thought I was aligned with somebody. Turns out, not so much. Right? Not so much. People are chameleons. People are reptilian. People shift. People change shapes. Right? People change shapes. But yet, build of the day, how do we protect the children? How do we protect them from abusive parents? What can we do? What can society do to help ensure children are born into loving and compassionate families? What can we as a society do to ensure that children are born into loving, compassionate families? Let me ask that question one more time. Please, if you're watching, if you have an answer, a thought, it doesn't have to be a right answer, right? Like, please put it out there, because I ask these questions for feedback, guys. Like, please give feedback. If you're watching this live, comment, engage, right? Like, please, 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 please. What can society do to help ensure children are born into loving, compassionate families? This got me emotional, because their children, the children are innocent. The children are innocent, and there are some parents who don't really love their children, and they use them as pawns, and they create children not because they love children and they want to raise a child, but because of the clout they get from being called a mom or a dad, right? I remember my man told me back in the days, he had his baby, and he loved his baby, I believe, right? He was happy his baby was born, but it seemed like he was more excited about how much more coochie he got from becoming a dad than he was from actually becoming a dad, right? Like, because I was around him, right? I was at his baby shower and all of the stuff, and he was excited, but the look on his face, the excitement in his voice when he spoke about how much more coochie he was getting since becoming a dad, not from his baby moms, but from other chicks, right? Who see him with the stroller, see him out, doctor visit, all of the stuff. Just knowing he was a dad, he seemed so much more excited to be getting more coochie. And I don't know what he's done since then, how many children he's had since then. I don't know the dynamic at all, but I do know that there are some people who do not really love their children. There's some people who use their children as pawns. There's some people who don't care about their children's mental and emotional wellness. They just want to keep having new partners, keep making new babies, right? Keep having more children, not caring about the children prior and their feelings and their emotions, right? Like, and I get it, right? You have your life and you tell your children they got to deal with it because this is what you want. But as a family, and it's supposed to be talked about, and I understand that children at a certain age may not understand, right? Or may have some jealousy when it comes to having, a sibling, a younger sibling, right? So they're like, no, I don't want you to have another child, mommy or daddy, right? And clearly you may do it anyway, but like, to what extent? To what cost? Right? My heart is broken for some of these babies, right? My heart is really broken for some of these children who, as you know, we would say didn't consciously ask to be here. Maybe they did, but they didn't ask for the situation. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I just want to protect the children, right? I saw the other day crossing the street in Queensbridge, this lady crossing the street, her 3 children. I don't know what she had 3 small children. They were all walking. The smallest of the child, maybe 2, 3, right? Maybe 4, right? Could be 4, but definitely, maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. They were walking, and I don't know what the child did. I don't know what the child. I didn't see the child do anything crazy. They didn't pull away in the street, and no matter what they did, I didn't see them do anything. But the mother smacked the child in the freaking forehead, like hard, like you heard it pop. It's like, yo, like, child instantly crying. Like, why do we abuse our children? If it's illegal to hit an adult, it's illegal for me to walk up and slap you, regardless of how you look, regardless of what you've said, regardless of anything. I cannot just walk up to you and slap you. But I could slap my child in front of everybody. The cops walked by, did nothing. And I get it, the cops shouldn't do anything, right, in that situation. But what do we do? What can we do as a society, man? Like, we got to figure out how to protect these babies, yo. They're being raised by freaking psychopaths. They're being raised by really mean and evil people. Right? Guap said you have to analyze and not visualize. We go into things with more lust and less understanding. We have to put our own selves into a good position. We have to learn self first. Absolutely. That's a good response. That's a way. That's part of the solution, man. But yeah, man, I'm hurt. Right? I'm hurt for some of these babies. I'm really hurt for some of these babies. Said that louder for the people in the back. Oh, man. Everyone handles adversity differently. The partner you choose is one of the most important, if not the most important decisions we can make. Choose wisely. Absolutely. Love changes. Love changes. Close friends become strangers. Absolutely. Ask the tough questions early. Absolutely. We need to organize resources to make them accessible for our children's well-being. What are the resources, brother? Absolutely, right? But what are the resources, man? So I'm hurt. I'm really, really, really brokenhearted this morning. All right. Teach them young about healthy relationships, sexual desires, and responsibilities. Have community parenting classes. Absolutely, we need to do that. It definitely starts before having children. Now that we are here, give parents support. Absolutely. Say something. Offer help. Give support. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Right. I'm hurt. All right. I just really want to protect the babies. All right. Think about the baby who was thrown in the water a month or so ago, right, by his dad. Think about all the children, man. The children who are raped, children who are sold for drugs. Yeah, man. We bring kids in this world and was raised by those who didn't know how to be a parent. Chains have to be broken before we do anything. Absolutely. Yo, listen, guys, that's the show, man. That is our show for today. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Again, we celebrated a milestone this week, 400 episodes. This is 403. We are on the road to 500. Thank you guys for being on the journey with me. Thank you guys for showing up. All right, showing up, man. It's not easy to do the show always consistently, right? So when you guys show up, right, it helps. I would do this if nobody was watching, but you guys watching definitely help. Inspire me, encourage me, empower me to keep going, to keep building, to keep pushing, to keep creating, to keep hosting the show. We do this Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So today's Friday. We're closing out the week, episode 403, closing out week 81. Please be sure to join us right back here next week, same time, same place, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Be safe today. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy each other. And remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Blessings, my brother. Blessings. Solid salute. Join us next week. See you then. Peace.